Jump Festa is happening, and what that means is that Shonen Jump is basically going to announce any new projects that they are doing. So in this case, for Boruto, they decided to release the entire storyline of the Mujina Bandits arc, and I'm going to be reading that for you here. This was translated by Organic Dinosaur, and courtesy to the person that actually took the pictures. I will link their pages in the description below. But for the Mujina Bandit arc, it basically says shinobi who have committed crimes are sent to the Hōzuki Castle. So for those people who don't know what the Hōzuki Castle is, it is basically the blood prison. And for those people that have watched Naruto Shippuden, the blood prison, movie, you would know exactly what this is. So it actually does exist within the universe, and apparently, according to the novels, the events that actually happened in the blood prison somewhat happened, in the canonical universe. So yeah, that's kind of a little trivia information for you. So it says it is a prison which exclusively is for shinobi, right? The castle is located in an isolated island that is surrounded by sea, and the shinobi who are imprisoned there have their ninjutsu already sealed away. So it's kind of like a Naruto Boruto version of the prison Alcatraz, right? So in order to atone for their crimes, they are to serve many years of penal servitude. A criminal claiming to be one of the former members of the Mujina Bandits was serving their time at the castle. A request arrives to Konoha from them. The contents of it roughly reads: someone from the Mujina Bandits who are imprisoned in the castle are aiming for my life. So if you save me, I'll give you the information about the bandits. The Mujina Bandits are a thieving group who make their livelihoods by stealing across many nations. Even the complete overview of the organization and its boss were a mystery, since this was a unique opportunity for them to be able to obtain information about the Mujina Bandits. The 7th Hokage, Naruto, decides to accept their request. The ones whom he assigns to this mission to infiltrate the blood prison was his son, Boruto, as well as Sarada and Mitsuki. In order for Team 7 to protect their client's life, just the 3 of them head out to the blood prison, which is a den full of rascals. They planned on sneaking into it. As expected, it was riddled with criminals. Will Boruto and his comrades be able to survive? So basically, they are not going there in terms of being granted access to the blood prison, but this is like a secret operation in which they just sneak into the blood prison and get the information that they need and just bounce. And obviously it is very simply explained. However, it's going to be a very long arc, and I actually like the fact that they are extending all the stuff in the manga, giving us a little bit more information and a little bit more story. That makes any given arc within the manga a little bit more interesting. And here's another tidbit of information that we got about every single character and what they will be doing in this arc. So it says, but for Boruto, it basically says that the 7 Hokage's son, even though he infiltrated the blood prison for the sake of the mission, it was planned for him to spend his time there as a prisoner in the jailhouse under a terribly watchful eye of the head guard. Despite being in the prison where his movements were restricted, he could freely make and use his mind. There were times where he sacrificed himself to try and overcome his situation. So not only are they going there, they are basically dressing like prisoners, right? And for Sarada, it basically says that this time, since they were infiltrating a male-only prison, one might have assumed that Sarada would stay at home, but on the contrary to that expectation, and with an unexpected method, Sarada has also been planning to head over to infiltrate the blood prison. So I think what she's going to be doing is using henjutsu in order to dress like a guy, or maybe she's just going to, I don't know, do up her hair in some way. They've actually revealed the designs for Boruto and Mitsuki, right? But they haven't revealed the design for Sarada, so clearly he is going to be looking different for this entire arc up until they get outside of the prison. So let's talk about Mitsuki. So together with Boruto, they infiltrate the blood prison. Since Mitsuki is rather ignorant when it comes to the ways of the world, he is not under suspicion by the other prisoners nor the guard. Will he be able to safely and quietly accomplish his mission? I don't know what to say about Mitsuki. So let's talk about Shojoji. This is a new character for those people who actually don't read the manga. This will be a new character. So it says, across many nations, he's operated as a robber in a thieving group. He is the leader of the Mujina Bandits, right? So that's what the other synopsis was talking about. And his true identity is shrouded in mystery, as there is no one else who has seen him aside from the members of his own thieving group. Konoha, who has been affected by them wants to obtain information about Shojoji by any means necessary. So basically, no one actually really knows what Shojoji looks like except from the people within the Mujina Bandits, right? And there's actually a good explanation for that. I'm not going to spoil it here, but there actually is, and you will find out later on. It's actually very interesting, the jutsus that this guy uses. So the next person is Tsukiyo, right? A man who is referred to as number 2 of the Mujina Bandits. His true abilities and strength is considerably good, but for now he is being imprisoned in the blood prison. He's scheming to try and dispose of their former members, who is trying to sell out intel to, village Konoha and betray the Mujina Bandits. So that's basically it. That is basically the summary for the Mujina Bandits arc. But then we also have comments from the author himself, as well as the person who draws the Boruto manga, right? So let's start with Ikemoto. He's the one that draws the manga. He basically says the storylines between the manga and the anime are completely different from one another. You have probably been thinking that, but from now onwards, the anime will be steadily getting closer and closer to the content of the manga, and thereafter, after we probably pass the manga, everyone from Gara and Kawaki will be also making an appearance, since they'll be talking on and on with their cool voices. Please look forward to enjoy. So that is basically Ikemoto confirming that the anime is now going to cover the manga fully. It's not like they're going to cover one arc and then just leave it, and give us a lot of filler episodes, but they are fully going to follow the manga, chapter by chapter. And that means that possibly, since this guy said that the anime and the storyline is going to be a bit different, that means that possibly the anime is going to go into a separate direction and even past the manga, which will actually be good for us because we've been waiting for so long and they can't delay it for any longer, right? So now let's talk about what Kodachi says. Kodachi is the one who writes the scripts and supervises the anime. He says the anime version of Boruto and his friends and comrades will be going even further and further beyond the plot points of the movie, which is basically the Momoshiki arc, right? So finally we will be delving into the Mujina Bandits arc. I am filled with deep emotions for being able to expand upon this idea. I have been preparing it ever since the time frame of the original series. So please enjoy yourselves and look forward to it. So he's basically talking about the Mujina Bandits arc, and he's basically saying, anticipate that. But based on the context of both these officials in the Boruto, universe and what they do, I feel like they will actually go past the manga, because think about it, 4 chapters of what Kishimoto would draw in a month would basically be an episode, right? So let's say if they were to adapt the manga into the anime, a lot of chapters would easily be covered within just 1 episode. So I'm expecting the anime, if they actually stop any fillers and stuff, would actually catch up with the manga real quickly, and they will have to come up with new stuff. Hopefully Kodachi has actually prepared stuff for the anime to cover after it surpasses the manga. If you click on the left, I've got my breakdown of chapter 41 of Boruto, and if you click on the right, I have a video of my theory about who possibly defeated Jigen. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the spoilers, and I hope you enjoyed the author's comments as well as the good news that has been announced in Festa. So yeah, 2020 of Boruto is definitely going to be good for the fans and for everybody who is invested within this anime. So I hope we actually enjoy it, because this is good news. And with that being said, I have nothing more to say. Bye.